Lifting weights makes you strong. Able to choke a guy out with one arm like that. When he's in the better position, that's tough.
Yeah, absolutely, very tough.
All right, so here we go in our next contest. As you see him making his way to the cage right now, will be Justin, Ziegler, Caleb, Kraken, Tracy, the Sea Monster. He's coming. But what do you think is going to happen in this one? I mean, both these guys, are lower on the experience totem pole, but sometimes that makes it fun.
Ziegler comes from a karate background here, so I'm excited to see, does he have a traditional karate stance? Is he traditional karate style? It's very interesting because that's something like Stephen Thompson would do.
How old were you when you started?
Oh, I started boxing when I was 14.
All starts young, sticks with you for life. Here comes Caleb, Kraken, Tracy, Peoria Athletic Club. They brought a big crew with them tonight. We're so thankful. Of course, you see a lot of here in Southeast Iowa, hear a lot about Skunk River Grappling Dojo. You hear a lot about American Pit Fighters and Dave Mann's Hit to Fit. And then when you get over to Illinois, this is the team you hear a lot about, the Peoria Athletic Club.
Yep. Yeah, they have a lot of good guys. The more guys you have in the gym to help you, the better off you are. You don't want a gym where you've got one or two guys that are good. You want everybody to be good. Because you want to have that experience, that challenge every single day. Because if you have that challenge in the gym, the fight's easy. Gym's hard.
Right. Yeah, all that work, hours on hours away from your family, away from your friends. How much would you rather be at the bar with your buddies watching the game? But instead, you go to the gym, you train for these moments right here that you're watching from our ring card girls here tonight. I don't blame them one little bit. Let's get this started. Here's ring announcer Nick Ryan.
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting from the blue corner, standing at 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 167 1/2 pounds, representing Team BHF Head Fighting from Mason City, Iowa. This is Justin Ziegler. And fighting from the red corner, standing at 6 feet tall, weighing in at 165 pounds, and representing the Peoria Athletic Club. And fighting from Peoria, Illinois, this is Caleb the Kraken Tracy. Your referee for this fight is Steve Rev.
Now, I don't know what a sea monster looks like with legs, but if a sea monster gives you a look like that.
Yeah, you noticed that too. Okay. I'm glad I wasn't the only one seeing it. Caleb Tracy had a stare on him.
We're getting ready to go for a fight. He looks so calm. Calmness is the number one I think probably most coaches teach in this sport. He better stay calm now.
Wow.
As Justin Ziegler, as you said, those strikes with the karate background is giving it early advantage. Caleb's got him back up against the cage now what's he trying to do here?
He's trying to regain a little control here. Ziegler was going off on him, and he just got to get himself some space, which is creating no space.
Coming out quick in MMA, or you've got 3 rounds to use. I know a lot of these fights, especially early going, go quick, but are you a guy that would like to jump out quick and get it over with, or not spend so much energy right away?
For me, it was always the long haul, because the worst thing that amateur fighters have is cardio. Right. They don't have it. At least when I fought. Now, it's changed a lot. The sport's evolved. But Justin, when I was fighting, all you did do was outlast them, let them beat you up, and wear them out with your face.
Here we are. It's Justin Ziegler, Caleb Tracy. As Caleb Tracy sends a kick. Another wild swings. Nothing connects from either opponent.
Ziegler's starting to look a little slower on his punches already.
Knee to the body by Caleb Tracy. Both fighters trying to gain control.
It's amazing how fast this takes you down. You think you've trained for it, you get in there, and it's just a completely different animal once you get in there. I'm going to go against a guy who's trying to take your head off, and you're trying to take their head off, and it's a rock and a hard place meeting, clashing.
Well, as a famous fighter once said, everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
That's right.
There's a kick from Caleb Tracy. Ziegler answers back.
Ziegler wild throwing hooks.
And now trying to get, maybe there's
now
another
here
choke.
we got in the same spot, we've got another guillotine locking up.
Knees to the body. Guillotine trying to lock it in. Will Caleb Tracy be able to finish? Steve Bethune's right there. Great position. Doesn't look like he quite has it. And Josh, what do you see?
I can't see him from this angle. There we go. All right.
Well, he was able to get out of it. Now here we are back in the stand-up. High kicks from Tracy to Ziegler. There's a punch, straight punch left to the face. Now Ziegler connects to the face. Roundhouse to the right. Now a left. Now a left. Now a right.
Wow.
Up against the cage.
Yeah, and Ziegler's just going wild, and it's really throwing Caleb off.
It's got to be tough to get in there with a guy who's got that unorthodox style like that.
I mean, you just got somebody coming at you just nonstop. It's very hard to implement your game plan because your game plan didn't involve them coming at you nonstop.
Seconds remaining here in round number one. Blood falling from the left eye of Caleb Tracy as they break for round number two.
It looks like that cut is beneath the eye or on the side.
It's like the side of the eye. Of course, if any cut is above the eye, the doctor will take a look at it. Below the eye, you tell us the major difference. I mean, obviously above the eye is a much bigger deal.
Above the eye is a much bigger deal, and that can get it stopped. You can't get blood in your eye. If you have blood draining into your eye, you can go blind. And so obviously fighter safety always comes out first. That's the most important thing. You got to get these guys back in for another round.
Let's see exactly where it happened here on these replays. We might later, but see some of these replays here as these two fighters, you look in on the action that.
And as much as they were grappling in there, it could have been a head clash.
Right. You see some of the action from round number one between these two right there, of course, where he almost got the guillotine choke, but Ziegler able to get out of it. Get ready for round number two here in just a moment as the coaches are instructing each of their fighters on what they see and what they want to see in round number two. Whew, those replays are great. All right, here we go. From Burlington, Iowa, Tru Rev 57. Thank you so much for being part of it. Josh Smith, Mike Savage. Steve Bethune, referee, gets them started. Here we go, round number two.
Both men come running out.
Looks like Ziegler was able to get a little left, but there's Tracy with the right. Think they felt each other out by now?
Oh, absolutely. They got a little bit of a break there, that 1 minute, and really can give you a lot right away. Especially if you know you're tired, you might want to come out and be on top of it because you're not going to last 3 minutes. That's a nice trip.
The takedown by Ziegler on Caleb Tracy. Now he's trying to establish control on top of him. What's he trying to do?
So right now it looks like Caleb Tracy's looking to try and sink in a triangle possibly. He's got it locked in, but he didn't have it locked in. He's trying to get it locked in.
He got out of it.
Ziegler's just strong. He just muscled his way out of that. He pushed off until he got out of that.
Ziegler on top with the multicolored shorts. Caleb Tracy on the bottom, trying to get out of the side control by Justin Ziegler.
Yeah, and this is going to really wear on Tracy here. He's carrying the weight of Ziegler on top of him. It's early in the round. We've still got 1:45 left in the round. He's carrying all this weight.
You can see Caleb trying to roll, and you want to roll toward your opponent. Or do you want to roll? You tell me.
He doesn't want to give his back up, so he wants to roll in.
Now he looks like he's going for.
It looks like he's going for a Kimura here.
Yeah.
And this is where Ziegler's going to grab a hold of his own shorts and hang on to that, not allow that arm to get put out.
Now he's got his back. Ziegler's got his back.
Good position for Ziegler right here. And now Tracy's carrying him on his back. It's just exhausting.
Up against the cage door here at Tru Rev MMA. We are 2 minutes into round number two in this welterweight contest.
Nice knees from Tracy. Good body shot knees. I think both men are taking just a little breather right here. They have done nothing but pushing each other to the limit this whole round.
You would think that resting in this sport is an oxymoron. A few seconds here and there.
That's all you get.
Another back step. Big left hand connected from Tracy to Ziegler.
Ziegler walked right through that and came back with some more.
Another shot with a foot. A
nice knee from Tracy.
Ziegler answers back a right hand. A little left to the body. What a fight we're seeing here.
This is an absolute great fight, and we're going to see a third round.
You're right. Well, probably. You never know.
I did say that a little early.
I think you're right,
15 seconds left.
Well, kick to the left, shot from the right, and there we go. End of round 2. We go to round 3. Give it up for these two.
This is where cardio is your friend or your enemy.
So when you're in the gym and you're tired and you don't want to go home, you want to go home, you want to see your kids and your girlfriend and your dog, and you want to watch your favorite show. Push harder for these
because
rounds.
Somebody
right here.
else is pushing just as hard as you are. And that's going to show when he gets to these later rounds. When you win a fight in the first round, you don't get to check your cardio. You don't get to check their cardio. Doesn't matter. It's in the first round. So that's a skill level thing.
There was that throw that we saw, that hip toss.
That was a very nice trip.
So who do you think's winning the fight? Is it? I mean, if you had a scorecard, and I know that you see things way better than I do, who needs it more in this third round?
I would say that Ziegler has been pushing the pace. He has been controlling. Damage done, obviously, to the eye. I'd say Tracy needs to get this round 1 or a finish in this round.
Right. All right, well, here we go. Steve Bethune, our referee, in charge of this welterweight contest at 170 pounds. Round 3.
And Tracy's got the skills to do this. His striking's been on point. There's a nice kick to the chin. He's just got enough reach to keep Ziegler out of range, where he lands and Ziegler can't.
High kick, blocked away by Ziegler. Still the energy to use those feet in round number 3. That's got to say something about Caleb Tracy's cardio.
Yeah, both these guys look good right now.
Another kick. Answer back from Ziegler, couldn't connect. Now up against the cage.
Right in front of us, too. Tracy throwing those knees.
Got a wing. So what are these two trying to establish here? Who's got the upper hand right now?
Really, it's a stalemate. Ziegler's looking, I don't know if he's looking for a takedown or not. He's not changing levels at all. So it looks like he's just kind of controlling. But Tracy's pulling him back up with that one underhook he has and not allowing him to try and change levels. So they're kind of at a stalemate. Nothing's going to happen where they're sitting right now.
That needs to change, as you said, if you're Caleb Tracy. And you can see the effort he's putting in, but Justin Ziegler's not letting him.
Oh, and he's throwing punches. He's damaging him. He's throwing knees. He's landed to the body. Those usually pay off in the third round.
Ziegler eventually
your guy out.
Got the takedown, swept the leg. Now he's trying to establish control on the ground. Tracy throwing elbows. You can see the desire on both of these fighters just in their styles that they both want this.
And Tracy's doing more from his back than Ziegler's really doing from the position he's in, which is a more dominant position.
60 seconds left, round number 3. This crowd is going to start getting into it here.
At Burlington, Iowa, they are loud here tonight.
Ziegler on top, trying to establish that control. Tracy fighting back from the bottom. We'll see what happens. It looks like these two are headed for the judges' scorecards. I know as a fighter, the last thing you want is to give this fight to somebody else to decide it. You want to decide it yourself.
Yeah, you never want to leave it in the judges' hands. Even if you think you've won the fight, even if your team thinks you've won the fight, you may not have won the fight.
Right. We've seen it. Every level of this sport, whether it be amateur, whether it be all the way at the top of the top, judges take fights away from fighters.
Absolutely. It's all about angles. The judge has got to see from one angle.
Right. 10 seconds left. The final flurry here from Ziegler. Tracy on the bottom. Is anyone going to be able to get it done? No, we will go to the judges' scorecard. Listen to the respect from this crowd for these two going the full 9 minutes.
That's got to be exhausting. I looked at them and I feel tired.
I tell you what, Justin Ziegler's hardly broken a sweat. So is Caleb Tracy.
They both look very fresh.
I mean, do you
For
see this? That's
Yeah, I'm sweating.
I'm sitting.
I'm sweating. It is hot in here.
Sitting, and I'm sweating. These guys are in shape. Well, we will go to the judges' scorecard. Is the Iowa Athletic Commission, George Chamberlain in charge here tonight. Big George is gathering the scorecards. He'll have to do some arithmetic. He talked to me before the fights how he hates doing arithmetic. But he will, and he'll double-check it, give it to our ring announcer, and we'll see who won. I can't call this one, partner. Maybe because of the damage, Ziegler did inflict a little bit more. That was early in the fight, and there wasn't much damage inflicted after that.
No. It really came down to control, and I think Ziegler had the control. I think he's going to pull it off on the judges' scorecards. I could be wrong. I'm not always right, unfortunately.
So what you're saying is that this could go either way. Both fighters did a great job, and if maybe we could see these two get back at it again.
Yeah, it wasn't clear one-sided by any means.
These coaches, man, they do a great job, too. The amount that they put into this sport. All right, Nick Ryan into the cage, ready for our announcement. Who won this one? We send it to our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight goes all the way through to the end of round 3. Your winner by unanimous decision from the red corner, Tracy.
Decision meant a tough fight. Give it up for both these guys going the full 9 minutes in BURLINGTON. And the judges were able to see it your way. Talk about your performance here tonight.
I mean, it is what it is. It was a tough fucking fight, guys. Everybody give it up for Justin one more time. You know, I'm used to just knocking motherfuckers out, but this guy, holy fuck does he hit hard, you guys. And not only does he hit hard, he hits hard for 9 goddamn minutes in a row. I don't even know what to tell you guys. I was expecting a debut fighter skill level, and I got someone that acted like a veteran in here, so I really only have one thing to say. That's thank you to Justin, who stepped in last minute. There was 2 other opponents I could have, but they were too cheeky shit to take it.
There's a lot of action to get to. I know we just got a few replays. Can you talk us through some of this action and what you see?
I mean, I'm just trying to work that under, like, keep me against the cage and keep my head down. But honestly, he got the better of me in a few grappling exchanges here. I wasn't expecting that. I tried 1 or 2 subs. I wasn't getting it, so I just had to find my leg on the feet where I'm unfortunately best at. And man, he was a warrior everywhere. He was better everywhere than I expected. He was switching stances, and I just had to kind of pick my angles, counter shot, and do what I do. That guy I'm elbowing him to his body. He didn't even fucking flinch. What the fuck is that guy made out of? Jesus.
8 grabs balls, that's what you said.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, I know you got a lot of folks in the course here in your corner, and I'm sure you want to thank.
I want to thank Ryan Blackerby, Will Lee, my coach Matt Rennie, and everybody at the PEORIA Athletic Club. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Best country in the fucking